Hello, guys, and welcome back to Game Time Decision here on the Max Wagers Network. It is the 8th of November, and we've got a couple of college basketball games. What, like 6 or something, 7, 8, 8 games or something like that. So, a bunch of college basketball for today. No NBA. They want everybody to go vote. I know California's got a sports betting thing that they want to try to
Article
get passed.
26 and 27.
So there you go. California. Hopefully you guys can get it. I know our state's too stubborn to get it, so it's whatever. I'm surprised California would try to get it or attempt to. At
I'm
least.
not.
There you go. But we got that. But Nick, I know you're excited because you have a humongous baseball. Wow, hockey slate to look at for today. It's going to be a shorter stream. There's not really going to be as much. I'll quickly bring up this one again because the college basketball full season pass, it's only $5.99 for the entire month. So it goes from November, December, January, February, March. So it's about it's only about 5 months, but it's still really good value. I think it ends up being like $3 a day or something like that. Not to mention when we have 2,000 plays up on the site by the end of the year and we're making money. You guys want to jump on that, or use the code NFL at checkout. You'll get 200. You'll get it for $4.79 for the entire season. Do it on the EuroSportsBets.com website if you go and get it. We appreciate everybody who does because unlike the other sports where we kind of tag along games because there's not as many games during some days, college basketball we're not going to be talking about every single game. And a lot of stuff's going to be up on the site. And this is the time of the year that we're going to be really, really good during November and December area before conference play comes in. So just keep that in mind, and we'll have a good season. The humongous base. Humongous base. What do you mean? All right. But we got that. I will say the free pick that I've been giving out. I like Georgia Southern plus the 3.5 versus San Jose State. That's kind of the free play for today. We have this one around to pick 'em. I think Georgia Southern's going to be decent in the Sun Belt this year. They're going up against San Jose State, which we have these teams around the same ranking. So when we get this one out of pick 'em, we're going to go ahead and grab those 3.5 points. So Georgia Southern for us as the free pick for today. What's up, guys? Hey, Dad. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Syracuse beat Lehigh yesterday in their first game of the year.
Big win there.
Yeah, huge win. 90-72. So they won and they
didn't
covered.
cover though. No, they didn't.
Yeah,
they were 20-point favorites.
No, according to covers, they were 17.5 at close.
Oh, that must have dropped.
They would have covered by the hook. So Syracuse 1-0 to start the year for you, Dad. So there you go. And then East Carolina plays tonight versus Mercer. But one of the things I wanted to look at real quick was holy upsets yesterday, Nick, in college basketball. Real quick before we jump on that, how about Bryant? I know I mentioned this a couple of times. Bryant won 147-39, which is an 108-point win.
I had 108.5. I lost by the hook.
It was against Thomas College, so it was against a nobody. I'm pretty sure I could probably play for Thomas College, but it's not a crazy thing. But an 108-point win is just nuts. But there was some upsets yesterday. We had Stenson, who was according to covers, 17.5-point dog, won by 9 points against Florida State. What other big upsets were there yesterday?
See, I only know one professional athlete who's an alumni of Stenson, and he doesn't even play basketball.
Who?
He's currently a free agent right now. He's going to get paid a lot of money this offseason. It's Jacob
Oh,
DeGrom.
DeGrom. That's right.
DeGrom's an alumni of Stenson.
What other big? Wagner. Wagner was a 16.5-point dog. They won outright. You had
Florida Gulf Coast
I was about to say Florida Gulf Coast beats USC, and then there was one other. Oklahoma lost to Sam Houston State. So welcome to college basketball, where anybody can lose on any given day.
Lost by 1 to TCU.
Yeah, I already had a conversation with a couple of people. I think that TCU should drop out of the rankings.
Yeah.
After that pathetic performance, where they were 30-point favorites and they won by 1. Because that's not a, and what are they, 14th in the nation? Yeah, yep. I don't think so. I don't think so. But yesterday was a good day for us. We ended up going 16-13 on the side, up 180. So that was a nice start to the college basketball season. We got 5 plays up on the site for today, ready to rinse and repeat and keep rolling with today. I already did Georgia Southern. All the other ones are up on the site, so you guys. You are, and everybody knows East Carolina. We're on East Carolina today.
Yeah.
But the other 3 are up on the site if you guys are interested in grabbing those. Still trying to gather information for tonight. NHL. I'm on the edge.
Well, the Blues look like to be a good play now because a little breaking news that was broken during, I believe, Terry's show.
Yep.
That Carter Hart's not going to be in net tonight. So the main reason I backed the Blues team total under and the full game under is out.
You mean Kataha?
Kataha's out. Yeah, Kataha's out.
Kataha. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. No. Nick, you want to quickly go through the NHL stuff?
Sure.
Cool. Go.
Yeah. Looking at tonight's slate, I got a decent amount of action. Kicking it off with. Well, let's scroll all the way to the top here. Kicking it off with Yotes and Sabres was a pass. I have this 3.3 to 2.8 in favor of the Sabres. Not enough to justify minus 200 something price tag.
Sabres for the cup.
If I had to bet this game, it's Yotes or nothing. I'm sorry, Tim. The Sabres are not a team that should be laying 200.
Well, they're going to win this game.
Yeah, they can win this game, but they're not 200 favorites. They're not 200 favorites versus anybody yet. They're still a team that's learning to win, that is not established as a winner yet. So
fair.
I was tempted on the Coyotes. No play on that. I'm on the Devils team total over and the full game over. I have it projected for 8.7 goals. I'm kind of tempted to – I'm going to see what this is real quick. I'm looking at that one, I believe, the last game of the night as well, as a game that I want to take the alternative over 7.5 if available, which is not available for this Devils game, which is fantastic.
Hey, Nick, real quick, pause. Moose is in the chat. Moose. Morning. What's good, gentlemen? Stopping in to throw up some antlers. Sorry, I had to do that. All right, go ahead. Keep going.
There you go. Yeah, let's see. Is it available in this game? Yes, I can get over 7.5 plus 190. Minnesota and LA. But I can't get that in the Devils game at the moment. I'm kind of tempted to take that though. But I do like the over in the Devils game and the Devils team total. Islanders, Rangers, staying off this game. I made a small play on this one. Is basically a historical trend here. And if Varlamov is confirmed, I might throw a little bit down on 0-0 first period and both teams score in regulation. No. Because 4 of the last 5 times, or 5, actually, I think 4 of the 5 of the last meetings with these two teams, a shutout has occurred, including 4 straight shutouts by Semyon Varlamov in MSG. So I do have a small sprinkle on the Rangers team total under half a goal in regulation at 18-1. So I think that is an interesting look there. Now it's a little bit different for this Flyers game. I don't know if I like it as much, but it's supposed to be Felix Sandstrom in that instead of Katahat, and Sandstrom has. Let's see what's he done. Felix. Yeah, he's a below average goaltender, so yeah, I'm kind of screwed on that game. I'm not happy about that. I'm on the Blues team total under 3.5 and the full game under 6.5, and Sandstrom screwed that. So cool there. Talbot and Demko, or not Demko, it's Spencer Martin in that for the Canucks. I had this for 7.5 goals, so I like over 6.5 here, and I have this game projected for 4.11 goals for the Senators. Senators team total over 3.5 as well. Vegas and Toronto. Colburn's been pretty good, and Thompson's been really good. I have this game projected for 5.18 goals, so I have under 6.5, and I have the Leafs projected for 2.23, so I have the Leafs under 3.5 team total. Canadiens, Red Wings. I have this game projected for 4.9, 2.65 to 2.27 in favor of the Red Wings. I do have the Red Wings projected to win this game, but I also do have the Red Wings team total under 3.5. I didn't see enough value to go after the Canadiens team total under, but I did see value in the Red Wings, so I went ahead and did that. I like the team total over 3.5 for the Lightning. I have them projected for 4.24 goals. Vasilevsky and Campbell in that one. I like the Winnipeg Jets tonight a little bit at even money. I have them projected to win 2.54 to 2.21. I also have the full game under and the team total under for the Jets. Or for the Stars. I have the Stars projected for 2.2 goals and the full game projected for 4.75. No play on Kraken and Predators. And for the last game, I'm actually on the Minnesota Wild. I have them projected to win 4.30 to 3.72. I like the over in this game. I like the overs. If you can get the alternative over, I have it plus 190 on my book. Over 7.5 potentially here. It will be Jonathan Quick in that, though, not Cal Peterson. So probably that'll keep me off of that alternative over because Quick has been slightly better than than Peterson, but not that much better. So for me, that's kind of where I'm looking at for this one. I am on the Wild and the over. Oh, you went away.
Sorry, I felt like it was a little bit dark in my room, so I had to turn on the light. But there you go. There is your NHL preview for tonight. Thank you, Nick, for doing that. No NBA today. No, there's no NBA today.
Beautiful.
Lines are not really reflecting for the goalie news for the Ducks and Blues. Like the Blues.
You mean Flyers?
Like the Wild.
I do like the Wild.
Go Red Wings go. That's right. We get loose. Flames money line.
Not a fan of that one.
Yeah, me neither. I'm on the Devils puck line as my NHL pod. I do have the Canadiens money line. You got the Stars under 2.5. Stamkos goal as Terry said on Terry's show. Meh. Hi Ryan, how you doing? I've seen you in every single chat today. You must be very bored. I'm tailing that Greenway his return anytime goal from Ian.
There you go.
Oops, yes, Flyers Blues.
Yeah, I still think the Flyers could potentially win the game. I just feel less comfortable with it not being Mr. Hart in that.
That's fair. That is fair. How about some college football tonight? I forgot there was college
That's
football.
some action. Yeah, I have plays on one game in action.
All right. Well, what's your action look?
Yeah, I like the road favorite tonight with Eastern Michigan, laying the 7 points against Akron. I have the game projected for an 11. Akron 1-8 on the year, and they're kind of done. They're playing for exercise, and with a win, Eastern Michigan clinches a bowl game. So I think they come out here and win this one in a rout.
There you go. I'm not going to hate on that one. I know I have one play in the MAC tonight, and I took the under in the Ohio game with Miami of Ohio and the Ohio Bobcats.
The Ohio Bobcats.
The Ohio Bobcats. I joke. I don't really care about Ohio State. Anyways, but I got the under in that game. Those are kind of the two plays that we were looking at for college football tonight. We'll look over the rest of the college football card for this weekend later on, and we'll figure that one out. I will say, I already have the trap play of the week for college football. And no, Nick, it's no.
Oh no, it is this one because that's NC State. That one's Texas. I'm
Well,
throwing up
no,
the college game signs here.
It's well, yes, we like Texas, but that is not the play that I was looking
I have
at.
a feeling. I have a feeling I'm already on the opposite side of this one.
You already are. And the trap play of the week. Why is 10 ranked LSU or whatever they are after the rankings? Why are they only 3-point favorites?
They're on the road.
So they're against Arkansas, who's 5-4 this year.
Correct.
You get this is just a classic letdown spot for LSU. I like Arkansas outright. That's gonna be my trap play of the week. Everybody's gonna see a top 10 team that's only a 3-point favorite against an unranked. I mean, it's not like we've seen this before. Cough, cough, Clemson. But I feel like this is a tricky spot. A lot of people are gonna love LSU. I'm going to take the poopy play and go after Arkansas. Give me the Razorbacks.
I would say, yeah, but you got to think LSU is focused now on playing in the SEC championship game now that they got that win. And they've got to hold off Ole Miss and Alabama on the Western Division. I think they win this game, and I think they win
this game by
margin.
It doesn't matter if they lose this game.
So there is something for
this game doesn't matter, Nick. This game doesn't matter. Because at the end of the season, LSU I think has Arkansas, and that's about it for right. What does LSU have for the rest of the season? Because I know they have Arkansas, which I think they lose. I know it's weird, and then after that, they don't really have much else. They get UAB and Texas A&M. They're going to beat UAB, and Texas A&M's a mess. So I think they win the last 2 games. They lose to Arkansas, not a big deal, because the other 2 teams they have to fend off is Alabama and Ole Miss. Newsflash: they both get they get to face each other this week. If Ole Miss loses, all of a sudden you get 2 teams with 2 losses. Oh, LSU has the tiebreaker over both of those teams. So after this, Alabama gets Ole Miss, which even if they win, they would have to beat Auburn, and then LSU would have to lose to Texas A&M. Because the only other game that Alabama has is against Austin, PA. And then on the opposite side, you get Ole Miss, who obviously gets Alabama. Now the only thing is, if Ole Miss wins this game, then it throws everything into a loop. But Ole Miss has Alabama, Arkansas, and Mississippi State, which we'll see how that goes. I think LSU pretty much walks themselves into, as long as they beat either Arkansas or Texas A&M, will walk themselves into the SEC championship game, barring that Alabama wins this week against Ole Miss. So when it comes to it, this game can be a letdown spot for LSU, and they could still make the SEC championship game. That is how bad the SEC West is this year.
Okay, I got a hypothetical for you here, Tim.
Let's hear
LSU, they're fighting to make the SEC championship game. If they win out here, if they beat Arkansas, because they are the better team. They beat UAB and they beat Texas A&M. They're 10-2.
Cool.
And then hypothetically speaking, they beat Georgia.
Okay.
Are they in the playoff?
No.
No.
Well, okay.
You'll leave out a SEC champion LSU, even just because they have 2 losses, one to Tennessee, and the other one to in a week 1 game on a neutral field, really in Florida.
Okay. LSU can make it. They need a lot of help. They need a lot of help. They would need to beat Georgia. I mean, Georgia's kind of in it already. Even if they lose the SEC championship game, we saw it last year. They're in already. Obviously, Ohio State and Michigan, only one of them's making it. So we'll see what that happens. TCU would need to run the table still. A one-loss TCU. I think the committee would rather take an LSU SEC champion over a one-loss TCU, even if they win the Big 12. But one-loss Tennessee, I feel like I don't know, because we saw if it's a one-loss Tennessee, if the 4 seed is determined by a one-loss Tennessee or a 2-loss LSU, you're taking the one-loss Tennessee, even if LSU wins. Even if LSU wins the the SEC championship game, just because Tennessee stomped them. So the only way that LSU gets in is they need. Obviously, you're going to get Georgia. You're going to go to Ohio State. They need TCU to lose a game, at least one. They need Oregon to lose another game. And then from there,
Oregon does have a tough schedule to end
Oregon
the year.
definitely could lose a game. Oregon, even though they've looked great,
the Pac-12, it looks really interesting the next few weeks, because I was looking at this capping the slate. Oregon, they get Washington this week, but then they get Utah. Utah this week has Stanford. Then they get Oregon, and then the big one here, really, to see who's playing Oregon. Next week we have Southern Cal against UCLA, which I'm fading both Southern Cal this week and I'm fading UCLA this week, taking big points with Arizona and taking points with Colorado, because I think those are kind of interesting. Huh?
Because it's a look ahead.
Potential look ahead. I saw line value on both of them.
This Pac-12 for their championship game is wide open. There is 4 teams still competing.
If Oregon runs the table, if they run the table, they are a lock for the playoff.
Are they?
Yes. If they run the table and their only loss is to Georgia on week 1, basically in Atlanta, yeah, Oregon, I'm putting in the playoffs. I'm putting the champion of the SEC if it's Georgia, or if it's LSU and they run the table,
or Ole Miss.
Ole Miss is another one. Ole Miss, here's the problem, though. You see who they play this week.
Alabama. If Ole Miss beats Alabama, has a shot for the SEC championship game, could we consider a one-loss Ole Miss?
If Ole Miss runs the table, why not?
There's your 2 SEC teams. It's just not Alabama.
Yeah, which Ole Miss, they have to beat Alabama in order for that to happen.
And then they get Arkansas.
Arkansas and Missouri, Mississippi State.
Which that Mississippi State game is never easy.
Yeah. The only problem is they're going to need help from somebody to beat LSU, really. Because their problem is they lost to LSU.
Yeah, they're going to need LSU to lose a game.
They're going to need Arkansas.
I think LSU loses to Arkansas.
If that happens, they definitely have a chance.
But it obviously this is something that we just got to keep looking through as it goes along, and just trying to figure out a one-loss Pac-12 champion. I feel like in order for that
Oregon
to be
runs the table. Ready? Oregon runs the table. Yeah, it's got to be Oregon.
It's got to be Oregon. Or I mean, USC.
Why not SoCal? Why not?
I was about to say USC doesn't have a bad resume. Their one loss was in Utah by a point. So they don't have. UCLA is kind of out of it, but
UCLA, no, they're really not. They're 8-1 this year.
Yeah, but their one loss was to Oregon.
Okay, your one loss is to Oregon. 15. Okay, let's just say they make the SEC championship game. They beat USC next weekend. They make the Pac-12 champions because keep in mind there's no divisions in the Pac-12 anymore. Correct. It's just the top 2 teams.
Yep.
Oregon is, for all intents and purposes, a lock to make the Pac-12 championship, barring a complete collapse the rest of the season.
That's not even true. Because you got a bunch of one-loss one-loss Pac-12 teams.
But they all play each other.
If Oregon still has to run the table to make the Pac-10 championship.
Yeah, I mean that's why I said barring a complete collapse, because they've got a game on USC and UCLA. They only have to play Utah out of their remaining schedule, and USC and UCLA play each other.
Okay.
So the one of them is going to knock the other one out of the mix. So I'm just saying, barring a collapse, Oregon's going to make the Pac-12 championship game, and if SoCal comes in and beats them, or if UCLA beats SoCal and then they go on and beat Oregon in the Pac-12 championship, why not UCLA? Because they're only lost.
And then can I throw some more chaos in? What about a one loss ACC champion?
I was gonna say, then you throw in a one loss North Carolina, or you throw in a one loss Clemson. Because we're on a collision course for Clemson and North Carolina in the ACC championship.
Yeah, that's going to happen. And
here's the thing:
both their losses.
I was going to say both their losses are against Notre Dame.
Yeah, but you also got to keep in mind, UNC still has to play Wake Forest and NC State.
Yeah, but when you're weighing out the schedules here, who would you rather take? A one-loss Pac-12 champion or a one-loss ACC champion? I'm taking Oregon over Clemson.
I would take the Pac-12.
I'm taking USC over Clemson.
Especially if the one-loss ACC team is UNC.
You think UNC is the only ACC team that you can see making the playoffs?
Incorrect. No. I think Clemson has the better shot as the one-loss ACC champion rather than UNC. UNC would need a lot more to go their way. UNC would need a 2-loss Pac-12 champion to make it. And they would need to run the table, which
I think
it's never easy to be NC
I think either ACC champion, if they run the table, Clemson or North Carolina is going to need that.
Well, the thing is, Clemson's higher ranked right now.
Clemson is. Clemson has a higher chance, but if North Carolina knocks off Clemson, there you go.
Correct. Plus, UNC doesn't have any ranked wins this year, so.
And then you have the Pac-12. I mean, you need TCU to run the table, I think, in order for them to make it. I think if they run the table, they make it.
Oh, yeah. If they run the table, they control their own destiny right now.
Yeah, which, who knows? Which I think.
And then what about a one-loss American Conference champion?
No.
TLA's not making it. No, I'm joking. But when it comes to it, I think that you're going to have the better shot from the one-loss ACC. But no, I would take the Pac-12, one-loss Pac-12 team, even though it doesn't really matter who gets that 4 spot because Georgia's going to just beat them up.
Oh, Georgia's winning the national championship again.
I would take a flyer with the Ohio State, but no, I think Georgia's definitely the best team in the country. Anyways, let's go back to the chat for a minute because we just got off on a big tangent. Yes. Over for the Devils game.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Flames over.
I'm looking at conference futures for.
That's the same game. No. Barstool boost. Eastern Michigan, Ohio, Toledo, all the way. Good. I like Miami of Ohio. That works. The house on Ottawa, even in live game, down by 2. No.
Yeah, no.
Toledo,
I like Ottawa's team total.
There you go. Toledo, minus 10.5. No, I don't like Toledo. I think it's too many points. Jets 3-2. Both goalies are top tier.
Yep, agreed.
There you go. Oh God, a DK boost. Lightning, Rangers, Toledo, all the way. Good. The Islanders are winning tonight. Anyway.
Good. The Islanders will beat. Yeah.
Michigan beats Georgia in the national championship game. Let's go Wolverines. I don't think Michigan makes the playoff, but that's just me. And that's another question we got to have. What about could Michigan and Ohio State both make it? Would you take a one-loss Michigan if their only loss was to Ohio State by 3?
No, because they didn't win the Big Ten.
If that game is close, you wouldn't take a one-loss Michigan over a one-loss Pac-12 champion in Oregon. Because I would take Michigan.
See, this is where Big Ten messes up. They need to get rid of divisions. They need to get rid of the Big Ten East and the Big Ten West so we can get a Michigan-Ohio State Big Ten championship game.
So they would have to face each other twice a year.
Yes.
No, that would be a mistake.
No, it wouldn't.
Because all of a sudden you get It'd be an Alabama Georgia situation if they played each other during the year. You get a one loss. If each team takes one game, all of a sudden you got both of them with one loss. Doesn't look as good anymore.
But they still have to win out.
True. FSU loss. Tar Heel champions. Tar Heels they have a shot still.
I'm going to say this, and this may be an unpopular opinion. UNC Tar Heels are a bet against team for me in college basketball this year.
We were talking about football.
Oh, football you're okay.
Football.
Oh yeah, I totally wasn't thinking yet. We were just talking football, and Carolina is actually a team I have clicked in here potentially to throw a future on to win the ACC.
They're 3.5-point dogs against Wake Forest this week. I want to take
that's their biggest test. I think the rest of the season.
No, it's NC State.
Oh, NC State with a backup quarterback. No, thank you.
No, NC State to end the year. Oh, sorry, in UNC.
Yeah, no, they win.
Maybe we might try to go to that game. We'll see how expensive the tickets are. That could be fun. ISX, talk to me. Sup? You like my plays? You guys are just talking back and forth. I can
get North Carolina to win the ACC at plus 250. They're going to be I have them projected to be 8-point neutral site dogs to Clemson in the ACC championship.
I think they could beat Clemson.
I think they absolutely could beat Clemson. Their only problem is their defense is a big question mark.
Devils, Flyers plus 1.5, and the Rangers.
Devils, yes. Flyers, yes, but I don't feel as good about it anymore. Rangers, no.
Fair. Why not Vancouver blow every lead? Odd. Oh, okay. Never mind. They're against Vancouver. That's fair. Because eventually they're not going to blow leads. Islanders on back-to-back in an OT game.
Yeah. I don't trust the Rangers laying a price right now. They've not been good this year. Rangers are overrated.
La Flanca. Nah. Any news on Toledo quarterback Finn yet? I have not heard anything.
I have not a clue.
But I think that's pretty much it for today. Once again, if you guys are interested, this is only going to be around until about the 15th. College basketball full season pass on the EarlSportsBets.com website, $5.99 for the entire season, or use the code NFL at checkout, $4.79, which is about $3 a day for the $5.99. So we'll see how it goes. Free pick for today was Georgia's Southern plus the points. We're also on East Carolina money line as well. I've seen a lot of people on Mercer. I barely see anybody on East Carolina.
And by the way, just putting it out there, ECU to win the AAC in football this year is 12-1. They win against Cincinnati. They put themselves in a really prime position to play for it.
Yeah, but what was the other thing that East Carolina needed? Was
UCF to beat Tulane this weekend, which can happen.
So we need UCF this weekend.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
12-1's worth a shot.
I don't hate it. But Tulane would be a tough matchup. Anyways, NCAA basketball. Yes, we have our yearly pass, the season pass, we got packs up today. I think we have a 3-pack up today. Or you get a week pass to all of our sports, which is $49 on the EarlSportsBets.com website if you guys are interested in that. Lots and lots of college basketball. And I'll bring up the I'm gonna bring up the EarlSportsBets.com website real quick because I'll bring up what's been going on over there and who's been hot. And wow, look at that. It's us on the top of all the leaderboards. Anyways, come on, let me zoom. Yesterday tab 21-13, up $7. Last 7, 79 and 62, up 1,900. And then last 30, 239, 222, up 29 and 66.
Wow, we have a lot of plays the last 30 days.
And there's only going to be more coming out all the time. Trust me, on Saturday, we may have 40 to 45 plays out. It's going to be a lot. We're ready for it. College basketball is in full swing, and boy, are we excited. But that's going to pretty much wrap it up for today. We'll go ahead back to the stuff. Billy Huso is in net, not
Ned.
not Ned.
Not Nedeljkovic. Yep, I like that.
Evening, gentlemen. Evening, untouchable. Just saying. We got you. We got you. All right, Nick. We'll go ahead and finish it on out for today. That's all for game time decision. Actually, we have sex bots. Never mind. Go ahead and block those guys. Like the under a lot more with Huso and net as opposed to the backup. That is totally fair. All right, Nick. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We'll see you guys tomorrow, where Detroit Lenny will be back for some more game time decision. See you guys.